Spirit is the word that comes to my mind when I think of the jungle. The first time I arrived in Iquitos meant the end of a 3-month journey that had taken me all over Peru. As soon as I arrived in the city, I fell in love with its still virgin and mystical condition, the innocence of its people and its artistic nature. On June 18, 2007, I traveled to Iquitos for the second time with the wish to go to see the birth of the Amazon. A couple of days before this voyage, I went to donate some school supplies to the poorest schools in the city. One of these schools caught my attention. The San Lucas School, located at the foot of the Participación Avenue in the poor area of Belen in Iquitos, inspired me with the energy that the teachers and students used to overcome their difficulties. Used to the abundance of a first world country, I could not remember the last time I had seen hungry children without pencils, notebooks and computers. Even though these children lacked some of the most elemental supplies, they inspired me with the grace with which they erased all marks of poverty. After spending some time in this school, I was seduced by this human conflict and decided to abandon the trip through the Amazon and to explore instead the poverty of these children. When I met the principal, I asked him for an interview. How can you accomplish this amount of energy, I asked him, with so little resources? He told me that for the majority of the teachers in this institution, it was an easy job. The teachers live in this area. They know these children. They've been where the children are now, so it is easy for them to take care of them as if they were their own. Thinking I had the means to do so, he asked me to show this video to the Ministry of Education in Peru and other institutions to collect books for our library.
Y esos libros a nosotros nos van a servir aunque sean pintaditos, eso vamos a poder compartir con los niños. Nuestros niños son de uno de los distritos más pobres de la región Loreto, de nuestro país.
Nothing was the same after this visit. It was destiny that the next day I met a boy that asked me to share the food from my plate. We began to talk. I asked him questions, I answered his. Little by little, I gathered his story. The next day, my life would be changed forever. At 8 in the morning, I jumped on a taxi and asked the driver to take me to the poorest school in Iquitos. We listened to music on the radio as he drove. Cumbia music is like the jungle environment. Happy even when it faces poverty. Happy, hoping for a brighter future. The driver took me to what seemed the end of the road and showed me the place where I needed to start going on foot. Even though there were no sidewalks or roads, I could see houses beached on a sea of mud. The driver signaled me to continue through a path of tree trunks. The mud is left over from the river Itaja that floods this region during rainy seasons. I had to think about it for a second. I am not fond of mosquito bites, and malaria did not sound like a good prospect on this particular morning. Then I started thinking of the children who have to walk up and down this path every day to school, and then of the opportunity I would give to all those who would see this video. I secured a stick for balance and moved on toward the school. There is an old story that tells of a couple who was poor and had no place to live. As they wandered through the jungle, the husband begged nature to have mercy on them. Their needs were so sincere that they awoke the three spirits. The spirits realized that in order to continue harmony in the universe, they needed to help the couple. So they took care of the husband, they took care of the wife, brought them food, and provided shelter for them. This is Richard. He is 11 years old. I met him while I was walking in the main plaza of Iquitos. He approached me and asked me for money. When I asked him what for, his answer inspired me to get my camera so that I could record his story for prosperity.
¿Estás trabajando en algo? ¿En qué trabajas?
Hago cuando pido plata, hago todo de 2 soles, me voy a comprar mi bolita y termino, otra vez compro mi bolita, vete, ahí me voy a tu casa ya.
¿En qué trabaja tu mamá?
Estoy trabajando, acabando tierra, todos los pobres tienen que trabajar para que le den víveres.
¿Así? ¿Y qué cosa quieres comprarte tú con tu trabajo?
Mi ropa.
Ropa. Porque tú trabajas y ese dinero para comer.
Even though it was interesting to see Iquitos through the eyes of a child, Richard's case is special, even among those who, like him, sell candy until late hours at night. Because of a birth defect, he is forced to walk barefoot, and even though he has shoes at home, the gift of a giving foreigner, he sees them as too precious to wear. Spirit is the word that comes to my mind when I think of the jungle. It is the power that emerges from the clash of nature and the humanity that keeps trying to conquer it. It is the product of an innocent look that goes beyond the present. It is a child who adapts, finds the way to survive, and does not give up in the face of adversity. Iquitos and the children taught me that the second time I was there. All I need to do now is let myself be inspired by these children who try to outweigh their perils with heaps of hope, dreams, and an imagination that pushes them forward toward a better future.